All right, thanks, Andy. So I'm Joey Thomas. I don't know, I've tried to meet as many of you as possible. Grandpa Thomas was my grandfather, and I'm the son of Jim Thomas. Just like Andy had mentioned, and also Pastor Buddy a little bit, I had the great opportunity to come to East Aurora every summer and spend time with Grandma and Grandpa. And even though, it was only 1 week a year, I got to spend alone with Grandma and Grandpa, it really made a huge impact on my life. Learning things up here and, just getting to sit with Grandpa and, like Andy said, towards the end, Grandpa didn't get out and move a lot, but just sitting with Grandpa at the dinner table, hearing his jokes, hearing his stories. I've heard all of his stories more times than I can count, but it doesn't matter if I've heard it before. Hearing a story from Grandpa is one of the best things you can do. We spent time going all over Western New York, discovering East Aurora, all the local restaurants, like Andy said, bird watching, always going around parks, and of course, watching and falling asleep to some great courses together. That's always a good time. No matter what else was going on in my life, whether it was a hard time, a stressful time, when I was young, I had very busy summers, but I would always prioritize my time to come up and see Grandma and Grandpa because I enjoyed it so much. Talking to Grandpa, it reminded me to value tradition, duty to family, all those things that, that's how I remember Grandpa. Like Pastor Buddy touched on a lot in his sermon, Grandpa always loved to learn new things, but that doesn't mean you can't stand up for what you believe in, and that's for sure. Grandpa was a little stubborn, as we all know, and I definitely got some of that, I will admit. To me, Grandpa represented wisdom. All those years of learning are something that I hope that I get passed on some. There's so much wisdom and knowledge that he had, and my love for reading and being a little bit of a bookworm myself, I hope came from him. And also, like I said, Grandpa has very strong morals, and I hope to take that away as well. And of course, there was never a bad time for a joke and a nice deep laugh like Andy mentioned before. So, in conclusion, I consider myself very lucky to have the time that I did with my Grandpa Thomas. And, one day I hope to be lucky enough to be called Grandpa Thomas myself. Those are big shoes to fill. And I hope that I can be half as good a role model as he was to me. Thank you.